Welcome to the class. Today's our discussion is on Farmers Training Center, objectives and trainings organized. Let's discuss the introduction. Training has a special significance in the field of agricultural development and in the context of community development. Extension, since the very essence of this program is to train the rural people to solve most of their problems. Farmers training is provided at the local level through Krishi Vigyan Kendras, that is the KVKs, vocational agricultural schools and the fields demonstration. It creates a forum where not only the trainers speak but also where the farmers and the trainers debate observations, experiences and new ideas from outside the community. Such centers where farmers' trainings are organized are termed as Farmers Training Center. The training classes may cover varying topics from conservation agriculture, organic agriculture, animal husbandry, soil husbandry, to income-generating activities such as handicrafts, pickle making, mushroom cultivation, and the like. The new information that farmers gain through these training sessions make their daily farming activities much easier. It also leads to an increase in productivity and bigger profits in the long run. Besides this, the reason for organizing farmers training is for the following purpose. Number 1, empowering farmers with knowledge and skill. Number 2, sharpening the farmer's ability to make critical decisions. Number 3, sensitizing farmers in new ways of thinking and problem solving. Number 4, helping farmers learn how to organize their own business. Number 5, making farmers expert in their own field. Farmers Training Center and its activities. Here is the list of farmers training activities conducted by different FTCs in various states. In our country, India, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, they have farmers training centers in 22 districts. Trainings are conducted at number 1, vocational agricultural schools. Number 2, agricultural market level training for farmers. Number 3, Mandal level farmers information and guidance center. Number 4, Andhra Pradesh training of women in agriculture. And number 5, farmers exchange programs. And in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the Department of Agriculture organizes various programs for the training of the farmers, such as number 1 or 2 days training camps. Number 2, Kishan Mela. Number 3, study tour to the mainland. Number 4, inter-island study tour. Number 5, state-level agricultural exhibitions. And in Chandigarh, the Agriculture Department conducts extension and farmers training study tours. This scheme was introduced with the aim of acquainting farmers with improved farming techniques. According to the scheme, farmers are taken for a visit to the Punjab Agriculture University in Ludhiana and other well-known agricultural institutions to witness new agricultural technologies. In Jharkhand, interactive methods of training have been launched through which farmers learn about new technologies by experiencing them firsthand. Partnerships with the institute like MANES, GIS, RK Mission and SRI have been formed for conducting such training programs. New training methodologies that are being used include group discussion, sharing of experiences, video films, field visits, and practice sessions. Again, in Karnataka, the Department of Agriculture maintains 20 agricultural schools in the state. The main objectives of this school is to impart training to the children of farmers on modern agricultural technology. Residential courses of 3 months duration include subjects like cultivation of crops, use of modern high-tech implements, animal husbandry, sericulture, fisheries, and agricultural marketing. This form of training enables the children of farmers to participate in crop cultivation. In Lakshadweep, the central government runs a scheme to promote agricultural development by providing extension functionaries and farmers with information, training, and other extension support on a continuous basis to Union territories and the states of Goa and Sikkim. The main aim of the scheme is to maintain the training infrastructure, strengthen the farm information units, provide training to allied departments, and organize field demonstration. Now, let's come to the objectives of FTC. Training programs by FTC are being organized as and when sponsoring agencies approach the institute for imparting training for farmers, farm women, members of self-help groups, and field functionaries on different line departments with the following objectives. That is, to plan and organize training programs on agriculture and allied aspects, to provide farm advisory services, to organize exposure visits to progressive farmers' field, to give proper and correct information about latest agriculture technology so that the agriculture production can be increased and the profit also may be more. The small and marginal farmers, through better access to the knowledge, skills, and services in agriculture and other allied activities, so as to increase the agriculture production and thereby elevate their decision-making abilities and socio-economic status. The above objectives are being fulfilled with the following activities. That is, organizing institutional training programs, organizing post-institutional training programs, organizing link workers training programs both institutional and at village level, organizing specialized training programs in agriculture and allied aspects. Now let us discuss types of training center. FTC differs according to different objectives, locations, infrastructure, and various other factors. It can be in the form of number 1, agricultural schools. Department of Agriculture of a state sometimes maintains agricultural schools in the state. The main objective of this school is to impart training to farmers' offspring on modern agricultural technology. Residential course of 3 months duration include subjects like cultivations of crop, use of modern high-tech implements, animal husbandry, sericulture, fisheries, agricultural marketing, etc. This kind of training enables farmers' offspring to go back to their holdings and assist their parents in cultivating crops. Number 2, Rural Development Training Center. Department of Agriculture of a state maintains rural development training centers in the state. The main objectives of these training centers is to impart training to the agricultural assistants, assistant agriculture officers, farmers, and Anganwadi workers on modern agricultural technology and also other aspects related to overall rural development. Courses are residential and practical training given on the farms attached to the training centers. Number 3. Farmers Training and Education Center. In some states, there are farmers training and education centers. The main objective of these centers is to improve awareness of latest agricultural technologies to farm women and youth. Training includes not only agriculture but also allied enterprises like sericulture, dairying, animal husbandry, etc. There are different types of trainings like number A. Training on agriculture for 10 to 14 days. B. Village-based training for 2 days. C. Training for link workers or farm women for 5 days. D. Specialized training on horticulture, sericulture, animal husbandry, etc. Number 4. Indo-Japanese Agricultural Extension Training Centers. In Karnataka, the Department of Agriculture maintains 3 Indo-Japanese Agricultural Extension Training Centers in the state. The main objectives of this training center is to impart training to farmers as well as field functionaries in modern rice cultivation technique. 4 types of training are imparted in these centers and they are as follows. Number 1. Advanced long-term training course in rice cultivation techniques for farmers for 2 months. Number 2. Power tiller training to farmers for 15 days. Number 3. Training to farmers' son enroll in agricultural school for 6 days. Number 4. Short-term course for assistant agricultural officers and agricultural assistants in handling of agricultural machineries and plant protection equipments for 3 days. Now let us discuss trainings of the FTC. Trainings and extension is a two-fold approach which is required to achieve the objectives of farmers' training centers. A carefully developed methodology divided into segments tailored to meet the objectives of the Yojana is as follows. Number 1. Institutional training. Institutional training is of 2 types. A. Work Plan Yojana. B. Non-Plan Yojana. 3 to 5 days training programs are organized by the farmers' training centers in different states each year for about 25 to 30 women farmers. The women are selected from a cluster of 3 to 4 villages. The identification and selection of the trainees is done during the pre-institutional camps in the village with the help of the village level worker on government organizations. Also, extension officers are taken for selecting all types of farmers who can be included in this training, but small marginal ST, SC, OBC farmers are the first preference for the training. During this training, the trainees at the rate of Work Plan Yojana are given Rs 70 to 100 per day as stipend and 1 day travelling fare from their native place to FTC. B. Non-Plan Yojana. 5 to 7 days training programs are organized by the farmers' training centers each year for about 25 men and women farmers. Similarly, the farmers are selected and other criteria are the same as Work Plan Yojana. During the said training, 1 day field visit is set up in the Agricultural Research Center, seed farms, progressive farmers, and visit to dairy cooperatives. Men and women farmers trainees are given information on agriculture and allied like horticulture, animal husbandry, farm forestry, home science, land and water conservation, fruit preservation, agriculture, lawn, milk cooperative societies' role and functions, etc. Number 2 is convener training. The FTC organizes one training each year for about 25 leaders for 3 days with the objective to discuss on the processes and dynamics of lengthening and management on the roles, responsibilities, and attributes of the leaders. Number 3, pre-seasonal training. Before the coming of the Kharif and the Rabi seasons, trainings are organized by the FTC at the village level. The aim is to recollect the earlier lessons, and the emphasis is laid on the practices to be followed in the coming season. Number 4 is sharing and follow-up camps. Sharing and follow-up camps are organized to give opportunities to the farmers of the previous years to share their experiences and results of the practices they adopted after receiving the trainings. Number 5 is the study tours. One study tours are organized each year within the state or outside the state. The purpose of the tour is to give opportunities to the farmers for getting exposures on the practices adopted by the farmers in other areas and regions. For interacting their experiences, the farmers are taken to various research stations, agri-industries, demonstration farms, etc. These trips are extremely helpful in enhancing interest and desire among the farmers, and they usually come back afresh with lots of enthusiasm from the trips. Number 6 is Krishi Mela. One Krishi Mela is organized for the farmers with the help of the FTC. The leaders of the farmers group mobilize the other farmers. Both trained and untrained farmers attend these melas where they share their experiences, knowledge, skills, and practices after receiving the training and exposure visits. New technologies, appropriate agri-implements, demonstrations, exhibitions are displayed during the Mela. Question-answer sessions, interaction with the involvement of the line departments, NGOs, and the private sector is held at the Mela. Number 7 is demonstrations and skill development. Teaching the trainers how to carry out a particular operation. It can be either method demonstration or result demonstration. It is a good training method since the value of a new practice can be realized better by seeing the end product or outcome. Some common examples may be: Number 1, pheromone trap. Number 2, method of taking soil sample. 3, seed treatment. 4, making compost pit. 5, use of biogas. 6, sericulture operation. 7, use of solar cookers. 8, vaccination of poultry and cattle, etc. Let us discuss some common training methods. Some of the common training methods are discussed below. Number 1, lecture method, verbal presentation on a selected topic by a speaker or resource person. Number 2, group discussion, discussion and interaction with the trainees and the trainers. Number 3, syndicate method, working, participating and contributing as a group to achieve a purpose. Number 4, role play or skit demonstration, acting out to show how a problem could be better handled in future. Number 5, sensitivity training, intensive participation and giving of immediate feedback to learn how conflict and problems are resolved. Number 6, brainstorming, giving so many solutions as possible for a particular problem and choosing the best solution. Number 7, buzz session, dividing groups among the trainees and to allow to discuss and bring out solutions. After all the discussion has been made, now let us come to the conclusion. The role of FTCs is very important for transfer of technology. So far, on an average, only 50 to 70% of the technologies has reached the farmers. This may be due to technology gap, lack of proper extension personnel, non-availability of required inputs, lack of cost-effective location-specific and need-based technology. Proper training planned by experienced personnel of FTCs is, however, an important factor in the process of agriculture development and its sustainability.